Now it is the YouTube live has been started. Chandana, you can start.
Justin sir will be starting, Arvind sir.
Okay. Justin,
You want to start?
Okay. Hi, everybody. A very good evening to all of you and a warm welcome to all of you for our CLAP edition 2. We are here with the 7th CLAP session and we have a wonderful speaker today. A warm welcome to our speaker, Amarnath sir, and also a warm welcome to all our students and Bangalore Abilities members. Thank you for joining us for the 7th session. So before we go ahead, I would like to request Arvind sir to speak a few words. Over to you, Arvind sir.
Thank you, Chandana. Good evening, all. Warm welcome to all the participants and special welcome to our speaker, Amarnath sir. So today's topic is schemes for the persons with disabilities. So as far as I know, there will be many schemes in the government and other NGOs or many places, but we are not aware of all those schemes. So many times it happens, because of ignorance, we lose all the facilities and all the benefits which we have to get. So today is the topic which is chosen is very good topic, and so thanks to Shalini for inviting Amarnath sir for this wonderful program. So we are hoping that today we will know all the schemes and facilities which we can get from the different NGOs and government, so that the students also can make use of the schemes. So, and once again, I congratulate all the students who are attending without fail 7th session. So hearty congratulations for you all. So we will be conducting another 3-4 sessions. So please continue your attendance and make use of this wonderful program series of programs. Thank you, Chandana, and back to you.
Thank you so much, Arvind sir, for those enlightening words. So let's move on to the main agenda of this program. So before I ask our speaker to start his session, I would like to request one of our student, Pushpa, to give a brief introduction about our speaker. So over to you, Pushpa.
Thank you, Chandana. Good evening, everybody. My name is Pushpa. Today, I am going to give a brief introduction about Amarnath sir, who is the speaker of today. Amarnath has done his MA in political science in the year 1984, securing the 6th rank in the year 1984 batch. He has worked in KWAB in the year 1988 to 1999. He has working in the Department of Social Justice and Empowerment of Differently Abled and Senior Citizen. He was awarded as a great role model in the year 2015 by the government of Karnataka. Thank you so much. Welcome, Amarnath sir.
So
thank you so much.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Thank you so much, Pushpa, and it's really an honor to have you here, sir. A warm welcome to you once again, and we would want to hear from you. So over to you, sir. Thank you.
Hi, everybody, once again, and thanks to Pushpa for that brief introduction. And the name of the department is not social justice. It is the Department for the Empowerment of Differently Abled and Senior Citizens. right? Okay. And before we start speaking about the schemes and programs of the department, let me briefly tell you when this department actually started functioning. Okay. So, before 1988, we had no separate department for the problems pertaining to persons with disabilities. Okay. We had a cell in social welfare department, a small cell which looked after the needs of the disabled persons. So even scholarships, educational problems, everything was looked after by those people in the cell there. And everybody felt that there was a need for a separate directorate which can function better and cater to the needs of the persons with disabilities in a better way. So, keeping this in mind, the government started this department in the year 1988. Okay. So, although the department started in 1988, not much of a publicity was given to this, and many were not aware of this department itself for quite some time. Realizing this, one of the directors in 1999 felt that there is a need to start an information and counseling center, which would tell people as to how this department is functioning and what are the facilities that are available and how they can avail these facilities. Okay. So after feeling the need for this, he wanted to set up a counseling center there. But it just didn't take off for quite some time because of some technical reasons. And in January 2099, we started functioning from this department. Okay. The Information and Counseling Center came into existence. And I was appointed from an NGO called Karnataka Welfare Association for the Blind. I was working there till that time. And I was selected to head this center. Of course, it was not a full-time employment. I was deputed, and you will be surprised to hear that even till now, I am under deputation, right? Which is a very rare thing. Deputations cannot continue for such a long time, for about more than 20 years. But still, that's what is happening. Okay. Yeah, this is briefly about the history of the department. Okay. Yeah, before I start talking about the schemes and programs, if you have any doubts, okay, you can interrupt me. Let it not be a one-way traffic, right? I'm not hearing from you. Hello? Hello?
Hello, sir.
Can you hear me? I mean, are you
Yeah,
hearing?
Yeah.
Yeah. So let it not be a one-way traffic. So if you have any doubts, you can stop me and ask for it. Okay? Is
Yes,
that clear?
sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, yeah, we have, as Arvind pointed out, we have several schemes and programs aimed at improving the life of the persons with disabilities, or that's what at least it says on paper, right? I don't know how much it has improved, but so these programs and schemes can be classified into three groups, respectively. One is educational, two, economic rehabilitation, third one is social security schemes. Okay, so let us take up one by one. First, let us look into educational schemes that provide facilities with regard to education for the persons with disability, because most of you are students and you would be more interested in that, I know. Okay, so we have four schools for visually impaired run by government in our state. Okay, one is in Mysore, one is in Davangere, a school exclusively for visually impaired girls, and one more in Gulbarga and Belgaum. Okay, so four schools for visually impaired and four for hearing impaired. run by government, but there are about 138 institutions run by NGOs aided by government. You got the difference? See, NGOs are running the institutions for differently abled people like blind, hearing impaired, and others, and even for MR, that is mentally retarded children. But the government is aiding them. The government provides granted aid to these NGOs to run the schools. Okay. Apart from this, there are 2 schools in Bangalore run by the help from central government. Okay. So these schools have been providing education with boarding facilities also. That is, most of these schools have hostel facilities for the children. So this is one thing. And the government also provides scholarship to students from first standard to post graduation. Okay. So any student studying either in the government school or in the schools run by the NGOs can apply for this facility. So this is another important feature.
Sir, you have gone on mute. Amarnath sir, you are on mute.
Now, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah. So from 2013, they have started this fees reimbursement scheme for students pursuing higher education. That is from PUC to post graduation. So they can the actual fees prescribed by the government will be repaid to them. Okay. So this is one of the very useful scheme that has been initiated by the government. And apart from this, the visually impaired students are provided laptop with the talking software installed in it. Like we have this JAZ or NIVDA that software. They have installed that, and they've been providing software. Laptops also to these students pursuing higher education. So these are some schemes pertaining to education. And when it comes to economic rehabilitation, there are several schemes. First and foremost, I think that everybody asks this: what is the amount of or what is the percentage of jobs reserved for persons with disability in government jobs, right? So as you all are aware, the RPD Act 2016 has made it mandatory to reserve 5% of jobs in C and D categories. Okay, C and D category of jobs, and 4% in A and B category. Earlier it was 3% in A and B and 5% in our state 5%. In some other states it is 4% and less than 5. So this differs from state. Sorry, any question? Hello.
So it's 3% in Maharashtra.
Yeah, right. So that's what it changed. Actually, Karnataka was the first state to make it 5%. Okay, so that way the Karnataka has set an example for other states to emulate. Okay, so now we have a special employment exchange in Bangalore, which enable persons with graduation and post-graduation, or even students who have passed their SSLC, to register with them for job placement. Okay, but how effective they are, I don't know. Because what I've been hearing from everybody is that, sir, we have registered 10 years back and we haven't heard from them. Why 10? Even 20 years later, I mean, even after 20 years, they have not got any call letter from them. Okay, so this is the plight of it. But then we have a employment exchange exclusively for persons with disability, right? Yeah. And apart from this, now we have been planning to start satellite education for hearing impaired students. Okay, that scheme was proposed and almost it was approved, but due to some technical reasons and of course the onset of corona, the scheme has been held back temporarily, and we hope to get it started as quickly as possible. I mean, even the budget was released and all that, but then due to some other problem, they have stopped it. So this is one other thing that they are planning to do for hearing impaired. Okay, so as far as the educational aspects are concerned, of course, you all know that scribe facilities are given to visually impaired for writing their public exams. That is done everywhere, I think, in almost all the states of our country, right? And so economic rehabilitation, when you speak, we have another scheme that is encouraging people to take up self-employment. Okay, so we have a scheme called Adara, that is support. Okay, in other words, so under this scheme, 1 lakh rupees is provided to a beneficiary, out of which 50,000 will have to be repaid to the government, and 50,000 will be treated as subsidy. And this is given through banks. Okay, so this scheme, earlier it was only 35,000. So now recently they have enhanced the amount to 1 lakh rupees. So they have enhanced the amount to 1 lakh rupees. And apart from this, see, earlier what they were doing is they were giving them a kiosk and 20,000 rupees to set up a small business or some petty shop and so on. But now you have the freedom to do whatever you like. Okay, there is no need to keep a petty shop and all that. If you are going to use your house as the place where to operate your business, you can do that using this money. So this is one thing that is picking up among the persons with disability who are looking for self-employment. And of course, we had this NHFDC. I think most of you must have heard of it, right? You know NHFDC, right? Hello? Hello?
No, sir.
No, sir, I don't know.
Haven't heard of NHFDC?
No.
National Handicapped Finance Development Corporation. Okay. So this is a central government financing agency which provides loans through channelizing agencies in different states. Channelizing agency, matlab, the state government will have to suggest a department which would act as a channelizing agency, and they in turn would support, provide loans through this particular agency. And according to them, they provide a maximum of 5 lakhs to an individual for setting up a business. With if it is man, it is 6% per annum interest, and for women it is 4% per annum. Okay, so this scheme was very popular, and of course, unfortunately, our people took undue advantage of it, and many of them did not repay. So to the tune of about 5 crores, there was a default, and the NHFDC people decided to stop the scheme temporarily. Of course, now we have written to them again to resume the scheme, and probably by the next financial year, it should get started, and that would help a lot of people. So here, what I would like to say is, when you have a facility, we should make the best use of it. And our people, they the general logic was, okay, many of them end up not paying, and they are not questioned, so why should we bother? That was the attitude many had, and this ultimately resulted in the stoppage of the scheme itself. So now, of course, after a lot of correspondence and persuasion and meetings and so on. Now they have decided to resume it. And of course, the due that was there, 5 crore rupees, that has been paid by the government, Karnataka government to central government. So everything has been cleared, and we hope to hear from them sometime in the next financial year. So if that happens, that would enable a lot of them to pursue self-employment scheme. So this is one thing. And apart from this, we had a scheme called Employment Cell. What they did was they identified one agency called Enable India. I think most of you must have heard of them, right? Enable India. Have you heard?
Sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
sir.
So in Enable India, they established a employment cell which tried to secure jobs to persons with disability in private sector. Okay, they had established good. They have established. I shouldn't say ad. They have established good contact with the private sector and industrial community. So they said, okay, we would ensure that they get jobs in this areas. But again, there has been a lot of question marks about it, because not many who registered with them have been able to get jobs there. That's the complaint that we've been hearing. Okay, so of course, there were, according to our RPD Act 2016 and also the Persons with Disability Act 1995, private sector also should give, reserve jobs for the persons with disability, but they don't make it mandatory for the private sector because they can't do it. So of late, what we have been noticing is private sector is coming forward to encourage persons with disability to take up, if they have the talent and if they have the potential, they certainly give them an opportunity. So that's a good sign. And from the days compared to when I was looking for jobs, and now, things have changed rapidly, I should say. Now it's really good. While we really struggled, despite some of us possessing the required merit, they wouldn't get jobs. But of late, that's not the case. So many of them have been able to secure jobs, and they've been well placed. So that's a good sign. And so this is about employment aspect and placement and employment schemes. Pertaining to employment, these are some of the important aspects that I think I should have mentioned. And now we have what is called as social security schemes. Under this, there are plenty of programs that have been undertaken, and plenty of schemes have been drawn up to help the persons with disabilities. See, like our state provides free bus passes to visually impaired, okay, and concessional bus passes to persons with other disabilities like orthopedic and hearing impaired and all. They, while the visually impaired need not pay any amount, the other disabled will have to pay 660 rupees per annum to travel within the vicinity of 100 kilometers. So they can use the pass for 100 kilometers for a period of 1 year. And that has to be renewed every year. Okay. So, sorry?
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. I
That's all,
have
that's
one
all.
question.
Yeah.
They are providing free bus passes for visually impaired, but from other states, they need to. Example, if I want to make the pass in Bangalore, they're asking that we should have Aadhaar card address from Bangalore. So what we do, sir?
See, now for any, not only for bus pass, for to avail any particular scheme from the government of Karnataka, the person must have been living at least for a minimum of 5 years. Okay, for a minimum period of 5 years. Only then you are eligible. If you come, see a person staying in some other state, say for instance in Bihar, okay, comes to Karnataka for a period of 1 month, and you can't claim the facility here. That's not possible. Okay. So this is one thing.
Sir,
So, and of course,
excuse me, sir. I am staying from 10 years, sir.
okay, then you can get a domicile certificate from any of the local authorities, like your MLA or corporator or whoever, and you can get the pass. There's no problem. You will get the pass. And if you have any
I
issues,
think our
you
Aadhaar
do,
card
do one
address
thing.
should be.
You do one thing. You now, where are you
Yes,
staying?
sir.
I mean, are you in the hostel or are you staying in any residence? Hello.
No, I am staying in hostel.
See, that's the
I am
problem.
staying in hostel, sir. Hostel.
Okay. See, that is the problem because if you are staying for 10 years, but in a hostel, your Aadhaar card must be updated. Your address must be that of Bangalore. Otherwise, they won't give. That is the problem. If you can update your address, then yes, you will get the pass. Hello, am I clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, but see if you can get the address updated, and then if you have any issues, you can meet me now in my office. I'll see that you get your pass. Okay. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Thank you, sir. Sir,
Right. Okay.
may I have your contact? Sir?
I'll give you at the end of the talk. Okay. I'll finish
Yeah,
it,
thank
and
you, sir.
while concluding, I'll give you the number. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you,
Hello. Hello. Your voice is breaking.
sir.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Yeah, but are you able to hear me clearly?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Shall I continue? Shall I continue?
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So we were talking about bus passes, right? And as you all know, we also provide railway concession forms. Okay. But apart from this, another main scheme that we have is maintenance allowance for persons with disability. We have been providing this maintenance allowance from a very long time, from I think 1977 itself, they have been providing this. And of course, the amount has been varying from time to time. It was earlier, it was about 45 rupees, and then 75, and then 125. Then later it became 400, 600, 1,000, and now now it stands at 4,400 for persons with disability whose disability is more than 75%, and for those whose disability is between 40 and 75%, they get about 800 rupees now. It was 600. Recently, they have enhanced it to 200. But what is the condition? What is the requisite for applying to this particular scheme? Is the income of the parent or guardian should not exceed 32,000 per annum. Got it? It was 17,500 all these years. Recently, they have changed it to 32,000 per annum. Although we had suggested them to raise it to at least 50,000, they have limited it to 32,000 rupees. So people with disability, people who have 75% and more are eligible to get 1,400. And less than that, that is between 40 and 75, they get about 800 rupees. But the condition is that the income of the parent should not exceed this limit, that is 32,000. And of course, if the person with disability himself is working, he or she is not eligible to apply for this. It's only for totally dependent people with all these conditions. Okay. So this is one important scheme that is there, and there's one more scheme called marriage incentive scheme. Okay, under this, if a normal person marries a person with disability, either boy or girl, whoever, it need not be a boy who should be normal. There is no condition. Either the girl or the boy, one of them, if they are normal and the other person is disabled, if they marry, they get about 50,000 rupees. Okay. The condition is it will be, they have to open a joint account and it will be deposited in FD for 5 years. And they can use the interest till that time, till 5 years. And then later they can withdraw the amount and use it for themselves. Okay, this is one scheme that is there. And there is no other condition, like, no income limit, nothing for this. So this is one other scheme that is very popular of late. Of course, this started from the year 2013. So all those persons with disabilities who marry a normal person after 2013 can apply for this. Okay, so this is one thing. And we have been providing them aids and appliances also, like this one, wheelchairs, motorized tricycles, and orthotics, and all these aids and appliances, and even white canes. And we also provide them braille watches and so on. So these aids and appliances have been provided free of cost to them. See, for all these facilities, there is no income limit as such. But for certain facilities like medical reimbursement, medical reimbursement scheme is one where for corrective surgery, the government pays up to 1 lakh rupees. So what do I mean by this corrective surgery? See, if a person's disability could be corrected through surgery, and if he can be, if the normalcy can be restored to that person, the government provides 1 lakh rupees for this corrective surgery. So they have to produce a letter from the concerned doctor saying that through the surgery, the disability could be set right. So with that assurance, if they come, they get this facility. So this is one thing that is again a very useful one that has been formulated by the government. Okay, so after this, there is one other scheme called Child Care Allowance for blind women. Child Care Allowance is a scheme for those married blind women who, when they give birth to a child, the first and second child, to take care of these children, they require the help of an assistant. See, the visually impaired women cannot manage on their own, right? So they'll have their own difficulties. So for such persons, to help them take care of their children, they have to appoint a person and all that. So for them, they were paying 2,000 per month for 2 years earlier for 2 kids. But now the amount has been raised to 5,000. No, sorry, 2,000 will continue to be the amount, but the period of providing this has been extended to 5 years from 2 years. So for 5 years, these women can get the child care allowance. Okay, you may ask me, okay, how do we apply for these facilities? Okay, you will have to see now, of course, most of these applications are available online. Or in case you have a difficulty accessing online, you could meet the district disabled welfare officer in the respective district of our state, and they in turn will give you the necessary applications, and you'll have to fill it up and enclose all the relevant documents and submit it there itself. They in turn will process it and provide you the necessary help. Even for bus pass, this is the procedure. And so if you have any issues, you could meet the district disabled welfare officer. But for the maintenance allowance I was talking about, right? The 800 and 1,400. If you, I think most of you know how you should apply for this. For those who do not know this, I'll tell you, you'll have to obtain an application form from the Tahsildar's office. That is the Taluk office, you know. From there, you'll have to secure an application form, fill it up with an income certificate of the parent, or of course, if you have this BPL card, if you have, you can enclose that card and no income certificate should be enclosed. So, yeah, sorry. Hello? Hello?
Go ahead. No, some disturbance in the background.
Yeah. So, am I clear? Like you have to enclose the BPL card and you need not enclose the income certificate in that case. So, and you will have to submit this form in the Tahsildar's office, not to the district disabled welfare officer. But for all the other schemes, you will have to get in touch with our district disabled welfare officers. Or of late, we have the village rehabilitation workers and mandal rehabilitation workers, that is VRWs and MRWs, whose job is to identify the persons with disabilities in their respective panchayat areas and provide them the necessary help at their doorstep. Okay, so they themselves will identify the requirement of the person with disability, provide him with the necessary applications, and after it is filled up, they take it to the district disabled welfare officer and submit it and ensure that this person gets the benefit. Okay, this is one other important thing. And so this is about social security schemes. And of course, of late, we are also providing the, one second, I'll tell you. Yeah, railways, I thought. Yeah, I think that's it. These are the main programs. Of course, I mentioned about motorized tricycles, right? Yeah, motorized tricycles are provided to those persons with orthopedic disability whose disability is more than 75%. Okay, so for those who have 50% or 40 or I mean, for persons with the disability whose disability is more than 40 to 75, they can avail this facility through the MLAs and MPs fund. If they apply there, they provide them the necessary help. Like, I mean, they provide you the motorized tricycles. Okay, so this is in brief about the activities of our department. If you have any questions, you can shoot.
Sir, Sitaram here.
Yeah, tell me, sir.
I tried to apply for that motorized tricycle that you are talking of. But
Right.
there is an income limit, I believe, ceiling limit of 50,000 per annum for the family as a whole, I believe.
No, for motorized tricycles, no income limit. That has been removed now.
But I tried some 2 years back. I went to the MLA, local MLA, MP. Nobody gave me that, sir.
Really?
Because I am gainfully employed in HAL.
What
They are
is- what
saying,
is
I
the
think you are.
Sorry,
Sorry,
what is the percentage of your disability?
80.
80, is it? Then you should get it now. Let
No,
me see. I'll cross check this. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll at the end of the talk, I'll give you the number. You can call me
Yeah.
later. I'll see what actually was the hitch there, right?
Because I did try for it initially. When I had initially I had 75%.
Okay.
So the last time when I went for a reassessment, it was increased to 80. When I
Okay.
tried at 75, they told me above 50,000 rupees annual income, it is not available to you. I also
Okay,
went to the
I'll
local
cross-
MLA.
I'll cross check this.
Yeah.
And oh yeah, one other thing that I was trying to recall and I couldn't get it is the UDID card. I think all of you must have got it, right? Or any of you are yet to get it? UDID
ನಾನೇ ಇನ್ನೂ ತಗೊಳಕ್ಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ.
apply ಮಾಡಿದೀರಾ?
ಏನಾಗಿದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದೇ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿದೆ.
ಹಾ.
ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಷ್ಟೊತ್ತಿಗೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಗಿತ್ತು. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ದು ಮಹಾಲಕ್ಷ್ಮಿ ಲೇಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋದು ನಾನು.
Okay.
ಕೆ ಸಿ ಜನರಲ್ ಹೋಗಿ ಅಂದ್ರು. ಕೆ ಸಿ ಜನರಲ್ ಹೋದೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆಯ್ತು. ಒಂದ್ಸತಿ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಿ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಕಳ್ದಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು.
Oh shit.
ಆಮೇಲೆ ಮತ್ತೆ
ಹೌದಾ?
ಹೋಗಿ
ನೀವು ಒಂದ್ ಕೆಲಸ
ಮಾಡ್ಸಿ,
ಮಾಡಿ.
ಈಗ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿದೀನಿ 2ನೇ ಸತಿ. ಈಗ
ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ?
ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಕೊರೋನಾ ಬಂತಲ್ಲ, ಹೋಗಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ.
ಇಲ್ಲ, ಎಷ್ಟು
ಮತ್ತೆ
ದಿನ ಆಗಿದೆ? 2ನೇ ಸಲ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ದಿನ ಆಗಿದೆ?
ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ 2 ವರ್ಷ, 1.5 ವರ್ಷ ಆಗಿದೆ.
ಹೌದಾ? ನೀವ್ ಒಂದ್ ಕೆಲಸ
ಹ್ಮ್.
ಮಾಡಿ ಇವ್ರೆ, ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅಟ್ ದಿ ಎಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಟಾಕ್ ಐ ಗಿವ್ ದಿ ನಂಬರ್. ನೀವು ನನ್ನ ಕಾಂಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ನಾನು ಕನ್ಸರ್ನ್ ಕೋಆರ್ಡಿನೇಟರ್ಗೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಇದ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಐ ಸಿ ದಟ್ ಯು ಗೆಟ್ ಇಟ್. ಓಕೆ
ಓಕೆ ಸರ್. ಓಕೆ, ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್
Yeah.
ಯು, ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.
Okay. Yeah. So UDID card is one more thing that, of course, not only the Karnataka government, every state in the country has to provide this now, because it's become a mandatory thing. And this is replacing the medical certificates that were issued by the respective state governments. Okay. So now this card, as you all know, is valid throughout country, they say. But how effectively it is being accepted in other states, I don't know, because I have no feedback so far. And
It has been accepted, sir.
accepted, right?
I have a question.
Ah.
Apart from the UDID card, there is a certificate which we are having.
Sorry, I couldn't get you.
Hello,
Yeah.
I'm audible.
Yeah. Yes. Tell me.
The certificate which we are having, disability certificate.
Yeah.
So that certificate is valid only throughout our district, our state, or whole country.
Yeah. The certificate that you are presently having is valid in the state government. That's in the entire state.
Yes.
Okay, not in the country.
No, not throughout the country. The certificate is valid only in the respective state. But
Okay.
UDID card will be valid throughout the country.
Okay, thank you.
Right. Okay.
So, in fact, good evening, sir. Arun here.
Ah.
Both Sitaram and myself are patients of multiple sclerosis.
Right.
And
Okay.
we have been trying to work very hard for the benefits of MS as a disease
Right.
for people.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
what we are trying to find out is see the symptoms of MS is more. Lot of symptoms are invisible.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
so you never know how tomorrow morning is going
Yeah,
to
I know. Yeah. Yeah.
you end up being. So
Right.
these are not assessed in our disability card.
Oh yes.
So
Yeah.
today when I come for an assessment, I
Yeah.
might have huge number of problems, but I probably am assessed for my walking or how much I can see, or
The aspects that are visible, right?
yes, and the
Yeah.
invisible symptoms are not being
counted at all, right?
for this thing
Yeah.
at all. So
Yeah.
so we've been working with in fact we have been in touch with CRC. We have been in touch with the social welfare department in Delhi also, but
Mhm.
nobody is talking about the invisible symptoms.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah. I would suggest,
yes,
instead of social welfare department, you please get in touch with the department for the Department of Social Justice and Disability Affairs.
yes,
You
we
please-
are in touch. We are in touch
Yeah.
with them. No,
Yeah.
but see, because since you are talking about disability in Karnataka, we would love to come and meet you sometime, so that probably we can you could enlighten a lot of people on what are the benefits
Oh,
of.
sure. It would be my pleasure to meet you all. You can, whenever it is possible for you, you just drop in. But before coming, just give me a call, okay?
Sure,
So that
sure.
I can make myself free.
Sure, we'll do that.
Okay. Yeah,
Because
and
yes.
Yeah, and I would like to add one more thing to what you said just now.
Yes.
See, for the disabilities that has been recently added in RPD Act 2016,
Yes.
the new areas of disabilities, I think lot of research has to be done because hello.
Absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
They have just included it for the heck of it, without realizing how they should certify, what facilities they require, and how they should be. Question marks, they have included it. And we have been telling from time to time, whenever I had a chance to speak to the secretaries and others in our meetings, I've been raising this issue. They said, yes, we are addressing them. It will take some time and all that. But how long one should wait? Even after the RPD Act has come into enforcement, well, if you ask people to wait for it, I find it a little ridiculous.
Absolutely. The RPWD Act came out in 2016, and we are still figuring out, are we covered or we are not covered? How much are we covered?
That question looms very large. Yes, of course.
Absolutely. Absolutely right. Yeah, absolutely right.
So we've been trying to raise these issues, and we will continue to, until we find a solution. I think we should keep at it.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Welcome. So, friends, so this is in brief. Of course, there are a lot of other aspects that could have been covered, but I think our time constraints, prevents me from going much more deeper into it. And now I'll give you the website of our department. Okay, for those who have no access to that so far, you can note down. Okay.
Yes, please.
Are you ready? Are you all ready?
Yes, sir.
So the website is www.
Okay.
DWDSC, that is senior citizen.
Okay.
DWDSC. Okay.
DWESC.
No, DSC.
DWDSC.
You spelled with the phonetic, so all will understand what is the subject for it.
D for department, W for welfare, okay, D for director, S for senior, C for citizen.
Okay.
Okay.
Right? .kar, .nic.in. Okay, so this is our website. You can log into this for more information, and I'll give you the contact number, right?
Yes.
You can note down. It is 080.
Okay.
2286 0907. Okay.
Okay.
This is the number where when you call, I'll be the person to who will pick up the phone. So you need not worry. So I'll be able to answer you.
Sure.
Okay. So anybody else with any question or doubt or?
I have a question here. Sitaram here again. Sorry. So, this disability is an ongoing process. You talked of the scheme for marriage of a normal person with a disabled person. So at the time of marriage, should the disability be existing, or can it be acquired post-marriage also?
No, it should be. The person must be disabled at the time of marriage.
At the time of marriage. Okay.
And of course, now, not only, there was a demand from many people saying that, okay, the idea is good, but why don't you encourage, why don't you provide financial support for persons with disability who marry among themselves? Okay.
Exactly. Yeah.
So even this has been suggested to the government now, because there was a lot of demand for this. That has been, and they are yet to come up with any decision.
Because one more thing, sir, disability is somewhere you can acquire, because one of my lady friends have met with an accident and she has broken her ribs and she is wheelchair bound. So it's not right to, case to case, you may have to take a call on whether it's like, you have to give them the benefit of.
You're right, but as of now, the person must be disabled at the time of applying for this.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Right. Anybody else? the other students, they're just quiet. I don't know why. No questions, is it? Or are they listening to me?
I guess they are listening, but they are probably too scared or too.
Hello, am I audible?
You are talking to your friend, okay?
Yes.
So feel free. See, I'm not talking to you as an officer or someone. Okay, I'm talking to you as a friend. So if you have any questions, you can shoot it. Feel free, okay?
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Suman here. Sir, I want to know that is it for only Karnataka or all India level?
Sorry, I couldn't get your question.
The schemes which you
Yeah. This is limited to Karnataka.
May I repeat the question?
Yeah, this is limited to Karnataka. Yes.
ಸೀತಾರಾಮ್ ಸರ್, ಅದು ನೀವು ಮ್ಯಾರೇಜ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ,
ಹೇಳಿ ಸರ್.
ಅದು ಅವರು ಸ್ಕೀಮ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಇಂಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ಏಬಲ್ಡ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಡಿಸೇಬಲ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಎನ್ಕರೇಜ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾರೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಅದು
ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು. But I just got her. I recalled her case because she is suffering now because after that accident she was run over by car and she's handicapped from the waist down.
ಮಾಡಿ ಉದ್ದೇಶ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರೇಷನ್ ನ ಪ್ರಮೋಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ
to remove the this one discrimination and bring them into the social mainstream.
Yeah, right. That is the idea.
Correct. I got it, absolutely.
Yeah, fine.
So may I ask a question?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Sir, do you have any information about the other states? Because you said that it's limited to Karnataka only.
Yeah.
So is there any information available?
I have information about certain schemes in Tamil Nadu, but not totally, okay? Because we've been concentrating only on our state, right? So not much of an information about other states. Like for instance, the pension amount or the maintenance allowance that we pay here is generally what they do is they compare it with other states, and it is said that in Tamil Nadu and Hyderabad they are paying a better amount than our state. Okay, I think they are paying about 2,000 rupees or so. But what they have done is, the difference is, see, in our state about I think it's about 8 lakhs or 9 lakh people are getting the benefit, while in Tamil Nadu and other places the number is terribly limited. They are not paying it to everybody. Okay, so this is the difference. Okay.
Sir,
yeah.
Sorry, once again, Sitaram here.
Yeah, tell me, sir.
Sir, now there's a new thing that has started in these government companies, sir. They are not taking people on employment. They are taking them on tenure based and on some 5-year term based.
Yes.
That is completely avoiding this 4 to 5% reservation as per the RPWD Act.
See, in the beginning itself, I told you, this is not mandatory for them, you know. What the government says is, okay, if a private company employs persons with disability, they are provided financial incentives. So
no, I'm talking of the government companies only.
Government companies, yeah. I'll tell you. I'm coming to that.
Okay.
See, but in government itself, see, in my case itself, I'll tell you, I've been working on a temporary basis for the last 20 years. Can you beat it? Okay, so this is one thing. And what now they do is, everybody, not only disabled, even the others, they say, we will prefer to take you and outsource from other agencies. Okay, yes. They are not very keen on direct employment now. I don't know why the government has changed its policy like this.
Yeah.
So this is, of course, this is hampering the economic development of an individual, even though he or she has the required merit and ability to contribute to the society. But this actually discourages them. That's what I feel. They not work with the same zeal and the enthusiasm.
True. I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
That's what is happening in my company and all that now. With the system, they have come up with this new thing, and
Right.
no disabled after me has been appointed from the past 8 years.
Yeah. What they say is economic constraints that prevent us.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
a
know.
very good.
For
Very good.
for everything else there is money, but for
Yeah.
visually impaired or for disabled there is no money.
Exactly.
So
That's
this is
so
the way.
true. That's so true. In
Yeah.
fact, sir, you working for you're being very honest to all of us. Very
Yeah.
honest to all of us.
Being from the
Saying-
government, you are being brutally honest.
Yes.
See, you know
Yes.
why?
We appreciate
You know
that
why I'm
totally.
like that? I've been seeing the plight of these people who come to us every day. You know, the way they express their problems, you really get frustrated at times. Feel what the hell is happening here? I start wondering to myself. You know.
Yes, sir.
So that is the reason why I put things bluntly.
Good. And
That's
one more-
really awesome.
this was really good. And one more thing, UDID is not taken. I mean, accepted by the railways to create.
In fact, just a couple of days back, I was talking to my coordinator. I told him, look, how many cards do you expect a person with disability to carry? Okay.
Exactly.
You want him to carry the Aadhaar card. Now
Yeah.
you say UDID card. Railways say, okay, you will give a separate card. What the hell is happening? When UDID card is meant to act as a single window system,
Correct.
why don't you include everything in it? Why don't you
Very
suggest to the government?
Exactly.
Correct.
Exactly.
I said, I know when you write to the secretary next time or the concerned person in Delhi next time, please make it a point. Or you call me, I'll draft the letter for you.
Thank
Exactly.
you.
Absolutely.
Thank you
Really,
so
sir,
much.
Really, that will be really helpful.
Yeah, I have told him, see,
Yeah.
it is time that we change this attitude, you know, like how many cards one can carry? Yeah?
True.
So,
No, we were, in fact, we were all talking about UDID is a card which is given by the government. So the government says, listen, boss, you are disabled. Okay. The government is giving benefit for the disabled. But when you go to railways says, listen, we are not bothered whether you have a disability card or not. We are not bothered about it. But do you have our card?
you know why? When we asked the railway authority, why are you insisting about this particular card? They said, we would like to know how many persons are availing the benefit of railways. So to keep track of that, we are insisting on this.
So is there any railway card also?
Sorry?
Is there any railway card also?
Yeah, for 5 years they give you a railway card which enables you to book tickets online.
So where from where do you get that?
You'll have to go to the railway station and there they will give you the necessary form, okay? Or if you go to Indian Railways website, you know, I think you can download the form itself.
But sir, what happens is when you download the form and fill it up also, they insist that they're not willing to accept any doctor's certificate. They are insisting that you
have to go to
they
a
have to do the check. Yeah.
Oh,
So it has to be approved by the railway board.
Yeah, please do one thing. If you could write a letter to us, you know, expressing these difficulties, we will take up this issue with the railways.
Oh, lovely.
So instead of downloading the form, we can fill it online.
That, you know, the concerned authorities will have to decide, you know, the railways, they have to make necessary provision for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Presently, you can only download. You have to
them,
take a hard copy of the print and go to the railway board.
Railways, yeah.
Yes.
You have to take the printout and get it certified by the doctor and then carry it to those
so
people.
You mean that you will get the form online, but we have to submit it at the railway station.
Yeah, you'll have to go there. You'll have to go to railway station, submit it there. Yes.
Because your railway form will be
checked. Go to Majestic only.
Yeah.
Your form will be checked by the railway board for your disability.
Yeah.
What what I was given to understand, one of the reasons why Railways was doing that is because there are a lot of people who are like what you also made a point that Railways are saying that we would like to know how many people are availing this benefit.
Yeah, right.
Because
and also to ensure that it is not misused, because
yes, that's the
they
reason.
say, they say a person who has a little problem with his last finger, will also carry a certificate and say, I am a disabled, give me the concession form.
Yes.
To avoid all that, they insist on these things.
Okay.
Because we were, this what you said was absolutely right. Railways are saying very clearly, there are so many people who are cheated the railways with saying like what you said, the last finger corner, this thing is missing, so I'm disabled.
Yeah, right. Why many people have come and argued with me, in the department. One guy from, I think from Bombay or somewhere he had come. His hand was slightly twisted here, nothing else.
Okay.
He said, "अरे यार मुझे concession form क्यों नहीं मिलता है?" I said, "क्यों देना है तुझे? क्या तकलीफ है? अरे मेरा हाथ देखो यार." I said, "देखो तुम्हारी हाथ अगर ऐसा है तो फिर भी तू ट्रैवल कर सकता है ना, तुझे चलने फिरने में कोई तकलीफ नहीं है ना, तो क्यों चाहिए तुझे कंसेशन?" He said, "अरे तू बकवास कर रहा है." He in turn started shouting at me.
Wow.
I said, "Okay, boss, you go and ask the railway people. I'm not the concerned authority. You'll have to go to the railways." They said, he said, "No, वो लोग नहीं दे रहे इसलिए इधर आया, तो हम भी कुछ नहीं कर सकते, जाओ." He said.
What also happens is, railways, when you go speak to them now, they're very cut and clear saying that nahi hoga, bas. That's the end of the story. But they think that when you go to a government department, you can
correct.
Spotify and probably pay some 100, 200 rupees and get the work done. That's the common attitude of people.
Yeah, but no, see, in government departments, when at least with regard to persons with disabilities, that is not the case. At least in our department, what we've been doing is we have been courteous to them. We make them sit, make them comfortable.
Yes.
Ask them what is their problem and see if we can help them. See, I don't know about other departments, but in our department, we've been quite cool with that aspect.
No, what you say is right. Government department, they make you sit, and railways is very cut and clear, saying that listen, boss, nahi de sakta.
I know. Yeah,
that's
right. No, that I think we'll have to take up with the authorities. They should treat us like they treat anybody else here.
Yes.
They can't,
yes.
They can't just be so rude to us.
In fact, for especially
I
for
can stop a live stream right now. We are almost
yes.
So to conclude, okay. So let me conclude now with your. I think you all had a interesting session. I hope, or at least I tried to make it interesting. I don't know how it was for you, so you have to give me the feedback, right? But I must thank Chandana, Shalini, and Justin, and all to have given me a chance to speak to all of you. One thing that I liked or I was happy about is I could make some new friends today. Okay, so
absolutely.
We could get a real good mentor, sir.
Sorry,
we could get a real good mentor in your area.
Oh, thank you. And
we'll keep pestering you for a lot of things.
welcome. You're welcome. And so, yeah, I was about to say that if you have any queries, if you have any doubts, you can call me. I'll give you the number now. Okay, note down.
Sure.
080 2286 0907. Okay, you got the number?
Yes, sir.
Right.
dwdsc.nic.
Yeah, that is the website. And if you want to mail us something, I'll give you the email ID. Okay. It is DIR
Okay.
DWDSC KA@gmail.com. All small letters.
Okay.
Okay. DIR DWDSC KA@gmail.com. Okay. This is the email ID. So friends, so it was wonderful talking to you all. I hope you had some useful information that might help you in your future, particularly you being students. I think this information must help you along in pursuing your studies, I think. So with this, I once again thank all of you for giving me a patient hearing, and have a nice day. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you
Thank you.
so much, Amarnath sir.
Thank
It's
you,
a
Mr.
pleasure
Amarnath.
having you here.